Hi everyone, and welcome to the Power Library. This is a resource for Pennsylvania residents to access an online catalog of books, journals, newspapers, and photographs. However, its main function is to be used as a research tool. By using its e-resources page, there are two methods of performing a search. The first thing you can do is select Help Me Choose. This will bring you to a page of various topics, like auto repair, children's resources, and general reference. These different topics include various resources for patrons to use in their research. Some of these resources include Bookflix, AP Images, and EBSCOhost. If you're not quite sure of what you're looking for, you can also select List All e-resources, which includes a list of all of the resources that were shown in the topics prior to this. Since this website is specific to Pennsylvania libraries, a valid Pennsylvania library card will be required for many of the resources. For instance, when I select eBooks on EBSCOhost, it will lead me to a page asking for my library card or e-card number. If you don't have a valid library card, you can simply register for an e-card here. If you provide this information, they'll provide you with a code to enter in here. For now, I can use my code for my library card, which will let me access EBSCOhost's collection that's available to the Pennsylvania Power Library. While most of the resources on Power Library require a library card, not all of them do. Tools such as the Pennsylvania Job Resources will simply lead you to websites outside of the Power Library, like the Pennsylvania Career Coach. These different sites help in job searches that are specific to Pennsylvania and its areas. Along with the two main ways to find different research tools, on the home page of Power Library, there are various advertisements for different resource tools such as Job Resources, SERS Discover e-resource, and the Pennsylvania Photos and Documents. By selecting these different tools, it will lead you directly to the different resources to use. Along with research tools, the Power Library is used for finding a catalog of different books, movies, and more in local Pennsylvania libraries. By selecting Books, Movies, and More in a PA library, it sends you to a page where you can search for the entire catalog of different Pennsylvania libraries. I can perform an author search for Stephen King, and it will bring me to the results found in all the Pennsylvania libraries. To make this a more direct search, I can change which library it's searching and search by region or county. I'll do this by going to Chester County where I live and searching its public libraries. As you can see, it's gone down to 7 results, all of which are found in Chester County libraries. For instance, if I selected Cycle of the Werewolf, it will show me different results in Chester County. Here it shows that Henrietta Hankin, the Phoenixville Library, the Coatesville Library, and the Exton branch of Chester County Library System all have copies of Cycle of the Werewolf available. If you're not quite sure where to find a local library in Pennsylvania, you can always use Power Library to find a local library. By going into the About section, you can select Find a PA Library and search with an address, city, or zip code to find the library closest. I'll use my zip code in Downingtown, Pennsylvania to find the local libraries. It shows the 3 closest libraries to me in my zip code. Another major resource to use on the Power Library is the catalog of state documents and records. Being a state-funded site, there are a number of documents and photographs users can access by selecting PA Photos and Documents here on the top right of the page. Selecting PA Photos and Documents brings you to a list of subjects such as church and missionary history, health and medicine, and various war collections. The great part about these collections is that many of them are unique to different libraries across the state. For instance, Yearbooks has two collections for the Lancaster Public Library Yearbook Collection as well as Lycoming College's Yearbook Collection. You can select these different collections and they'll bring up digitized versions of different yearbooks dating all the way back to the 1800s. My favorite find was in the Depression and World War II collection, which leads you to the Nazareth area World War II scrapbook. This scrapbook was created to honor the different veterans and soldiers that fought in World War II from the Nazareth area. Many of the soldiers are listed in these pages, some of who lived after the war and some who died during the war. Now this is an entire digitized book, including every page from it. Further in the book, it shows small biographies of different soldiers that were involved in the war. This is a very useful research tool for either those studying history of Pennsylvania or those who are just interested in their local area history. Now, while I did just throw a lot of information at you, there's a very easy way to understand it all. If you're ever having trouble with your searches, the Power Library includes a live chat option. This chat option is available 24/7 for residents of Pennsylvania to talk to an on-duty librarian, for any research need. For those of you who don't often use a live chat tool, it even includes tips to help with using the chat. This page includes useful tips to help you with your chat session, including providing your email address to receive the transcript of your chat, or to have the librarian contact you with information in case your chat would have taken too long to research. Other useful information includes which browsers to use, and if you're having any issues while performing your chat. Going back to the chat window, once you select Launch Chat, you'll be asked to provide information such as a temporary screen name, your email address if you'd like to receive a transcript, your zip code where you're speaking from in case you need area-specific help, and what your initial question is for the librarian. Once you select Connect, you'll be given to a librarian who may not be located in Pennsylvania. I recently spoke to one of the on-duty librarians to gather some information about the service, and it surprised me to find out that these librarians are actually based around the country to serve resources such as the Power Library and other state online libraries. Some of these libraries include the Minnesota Digital Library, which is serviced by Ask MN, a very similar service to the Power Library's live chat. As I mentioned, this is a 24/7 service, which is very useful for those who need help at any time of the day. All in all, I think the Power Library is a great tool, especially for Pennsylvania library patrons who may not have a branch near them to go to very often. It's very easy to access various resources, and if it's too difficult to find something, then there's always someone around to help you find it. I hope this was useful to anyone hoping to find a state digital library, and I encourage you to find out if your state offers one as well. It's likely that your local library's website would have a link to the site on their page somewhere, or at least that's what the Chester County Library had on theirs. Thanks for watching and have a great day.